All right, and we are live. Looks like the sound is great. Looks like everything is great. And what's really exciting is we're doing a double live today. That is right. We are doing a double live, which means that I am live right here with you on YouTube for your everyday English lesson. And I'm also broadcasting to you, Facebook. So we got a double live going on because a couple of people have said, they don't have a YouTube account, so they can't comment, or some people don't have Facebook. And is this not the best of both worlds? The best of both worlds is an expression that means I'm doing everything great. It's the best of both worlds. I have two different situations and I'm making the best of it. So if you are joining me live, hello from the desert. I am in Arizona. It's the morning here. I know that a lot of you are already in your evenings. You're in the future. That's so exciting. But good morning from the desert. I'm Jennifer Nascimento, and I'm the teacher at English Outside the Box. And English Outside the Box focuses on real English, teaching you natural English that you can use in your everyday life. If you need to get a better job, if you need to pass the TOEFL, if you need to live or work abroad, I can help you achieve that goal. If you've never been to my website, you're crazy. Go check it out now. It's EnglishOutsideTheBox.com, and there are hundreds and hundreds of free English lessons for you to review. So as you're joining me live, a lot of you are saying hello. Hello, I see you in the comments. Let me know where you're from. And we're talking about the third conditional today. The third conditional is used to talk about regrets. What is a regret? Okay, that is your first challenge of this everyday English lesson. In the comments in the live chat, in the comments on Facebook, I want you to tell me what a regret is. What is a regret? And if you can go one step further, what is a regret that you have? What is a regret that you have? So we're talking about regrets because the third conditional most often expresses regrets. And again, we're doing a double live here because I want to help everyone that I can. So I'm waiting for you in the comments. As I'm waiting for your definition of regrets in the comments, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about English Outside the Box. There's a little bit of a delay. So again, I'm waiting for your comments in the chat. What is a regret? What is a regret? And if you're comfortable, tell me one regret that you have. While you're writing your regrets, let's talk a little bit about English Outside the Box. So this is a live YouTube lesson. This is a live Facebook broadcast. And this is to help English learners improve and master their everyday English skills. If you have not joined my free resource library, join. It has tons of free resources for you to join. So tons of free resources, and you can join by clicking the link in the description of this video. You can click by going to my website. There's every single place that you can sign up. The best place to sign up is just by going to my website, EnglishOutsideTheBox.com, and right on the front page, you'll see a picture of me, and you'll see a place that you can sign up. All right? You can see a place where you can sign up. I'll be sending you English resources, weekly lessons, and again, you'll access that free resource library. The library has videos, worksheets, PDFs, ebooks, so much. So join the resource library at EnglishOutsideTheBox.com. If you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and give me a share and we can talk more about the conditionals. Regrets, we have comments coming in, so let's get into the third conditional and talking about regrets today. The regrets are something that one could have done if they have known the situation coming in from Dora. So fixing the language there a little bit, it's something that someone could have done if they had known the situation. If they had known the situation. I wish I had studied English when I was younger. Luis Suarez, always killing it in the chat. Connie, good morning, Connie. Regrets, a feelings that remains when you think you shouldn't have done something or made a decision. In the comments, Connie, I'm sorry, but I'm going to use you as an example. In the comments, Connie just used the verb take with decision. However, we use the verb make with a decision when you should make a decision. So, Connie, that's great, but it's not just what you shouldn't have done, okay? A lot of the times, people think that regrets are things that they shouldn't have done. Someone does something in the past, they wish that it had been different, they have negative feelings, sadness or anger about it, so they wish that they shouldn't have done it, that something should have been different. But you can also regret not doing something. You can regret not doing something. So a regret is going to be a feeling of sadness, of anger, of frustration, because you did or didn't do something in the past. All right? So a regret, a feeling of sadness or anger, some type of negative emotion because you did or didn't do something in the past. All right? These are regrets. So let's talk a little bit about regrets if you're comfortable. So tell me some regrets that you have. Luis Suarez says he wished he studied English sooner. I could have gone out earlier if I would have known, again, Dora, if I had known there was a traffic jam. The thing is, I'm so sorry, but the tongues were too hot. Thanks for your corrections. Regret, yes. A feeling of sadness, awesome. So everyone right now is writing in the comments what a regret is, and that's fabulous. That's great. So let's talk a little bit about regrets. So think about yesterday. Think about last week. Think about last month or last year. Think about a regret, something you wish you would have done, something you wish you wouldn't have done. Think about that, and I want you to write it in the comments if you're watching live, and I want you to write it on a piece of paper if you're watching the replay, because we can use that regret to create some sentences. Connie is telling me some songs. Awesome. Paulo, hello. So think about some of your regrets. Maybe a regret is not joining a phrasal verb conversation club. Maybe a regret is not studying English more. Maybe a regret is staying up too late last night and you had to get up early for work or a test or something today, and now you're feeling really tired. Regrets can be really light. They can be really easy. A regret can be really heavy with something really serious. So as you're writing your regrets and you're thinking about your regrets, let's dive right in to the structure of the third conditional. The third conditional is also called conditional 3. It's also called the past unreal conditional. The past unreal conditional, because as you have noticed, as you've seen, we're talking about regrets in the past. We're talking about things in the past that we wish had been different. Okay? We cannot change the past. The past is done. It's over. We can't change it. Because we can't change the past, we use the past unreal conditional to talk about it. Okay? It's unreal because we can't change it. It's the past, well, because it's the past. So again, we're going to go into the structure here. As you know, if you've studied conditionals, there's many different types of conditionals. We have an if clause and we have a result clause, all right? In the if clause of the third conditional, we're going to use the past perfect. If I had gone to bed earlier, okay? If I had gone, we use the past perfect. Remember, the past perfect is the past participle of had, or it's had, I'm sorry, and the past participle. So if I had gone to bed earlier, and then our result clause is going to use a modal, would, could, or might. We're not going to use all of them, but we're going to use one modal, could, would, or might. Then we're going to use have, and then the past participle. So again, looking at this example, if I had gone to bed earlier, I wouldn't have slept in and missed the test. I wouldn't have missed the test. If I had gone to bed earlier, I wouldn't have missed the test. All right. So you can definitely be writing your own examples, creating your own examples in the sentences and in the comments. And again, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and so comment in the comments and we'll definitely give you some feedback. Nushabi is joining us live and he says, I don't know what regret means. So we've reviewed regret a lot in this lesson, and a lot of the participants of this lesson wrote what I said regret was, and they wrote their examples of regret. So Nushabi, scroll up in the comments and read some of those things about regret. If you're still confused about regret and you're watching this later, you can rewind the video. So we've gone over what the structure is of the third conditional. So looking at, I want to correct Dora here. Dora, you continue to use would, which is a modal in the if clause. We don't use modals in the if clause. We use modals in the result clause. So let's review this one more time, and then let's look at some more examples. Yes, good job, Dora. So looking at some more examples again, if clause has the past perfect, had, and the past participle. The result clause has a modal. We're going to use would, could, or might, plus have, plus the past participle. If I had gone to bed earlier, I wouldn't have slept in and missed the test. He could have done better if he had studied harder. If she had called them before, she might have been able to go. So notice in those three examples, two of them had the if clause first, and one of them had the if clause second, and that's okay. If we have the if clause first, we just need to separate the if and the result clause with a comma. If I had gone to bed earlier, comma, I wouldn't have slept in and missed the test. If she had called them before, comma, she might have been able to go. All right. So if I had cleaned, let's look at some examples from our live participants. If I had cleaned my house yesterday, I wouldn't have had this mess. Yes. If I had taken a painkiller, Louise, I wouldn't have had a terrible migraine. If I hadn't given up playing soccer, I would have been a professional player. Awesome. If I had been younger, I would have been an English teacher. Luis Carlos, I'm correcting it to be the past unreal conditional, because your example, if I was, is the simple past. Remember, the if clause needs the past perfect, and the result clause needs would plus have plus the past participle. Roberta Mancina teaches techniques of pronunciation. Roberta, você é brasileira? All right, so those are looking at the examples watching live. So again, I cannot say this enough. The if clause has the past perfect. The result clause has would plus could or might. Okay, one modal, could, would, or might, plus have, plus the past participle. So when you're writing your own sentences, you need to check, number one, in my if clause, do I have the past perfect? Do I have had plus the past participle? Okay. In my result clause, do I have a modal, would, or could, or might? Do I have, and do I have the past participle? That's the very first thing you need to check when you're studying and practicing on your own. Check for the structure. Is the structure correct? Do you have everything you need for that structure? All right. If I had known your live channel earlier, I could have improved my English much faster. Absolutely. If I were younger, Connie, yes, that is the correction, but that's for the second conditional. The second conditional uses the simple past. If I had run fast, I would have won Chavez Abbasi in Facebook. If I had run fast, if I had run faster, I would have won. Excellent. All right, so how do we use this third conditional to talk about regrets? We talked about regrets a lot, something we wish had been different. We did or we didn't do something in the past, and now we want it to be different. So you want to think about a regret. Maybe I didn't tell my friend goodbye before she moved away because we were fighting. I regret not saying goodbye. Okay? Using the third conditional, we'd say, if I had said goodbye, we might have fixed our relationship. If I had said goodbye, we might have fixed our relationship. Okay? Using it to express regret using the third conditional. Next, let's say we don't want to use it to just talk about regret. Maybe we just want to use it to talk about situations that could have or might have been different. Okay? Let's imagine I went to Fiji on vacation. Okay? I went to Fiji because I love Fiji. I wanted to go. It was beautiful. But I could have gone to Alaska or Canada. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone snowboarding or snow skiing. Maybe snow skiing would have been better. So again, I don't regret going to Fiji. Fiji was amazing. But let's talk about how things could have been different. So, if I had gone to northern Canada, I could have tried snowboarding or I could have tried skiing. Again, I don't regret going to Fiji, but we can also use the third conditional to talk about how things could be different, just for conversational purpose, for imagining, for thinking. I wouldn't have made lots of mistakes if I had followed everyday English earlier. That is true. If I had had a chance, I would have enjoyed more. Ali Ali, you need to have the ED. Francisco, if I had owned enough money, I could have had the opportunity to visit many countries around the world. Yes. Better to use had. If I had enough money, we don't really own money. We don't really use the verb own for money. All right. So as you've seen, we've talked about using the third conditional with the if and the result clause. One final thing we're going to talk about today is the wish statement or a wish clause. We can also use a wish clause to express regret. It's going to use the same form as the third conditional by using the past perfect. I wish I had said goodbye to my friend. I wish I had gone to Canada. I wish I had joined the phrasal verb conversation club. I wish I had joined Jennifer's classes earlier. I wish I had studied English harder. These are all expressions of regret or wish of the past using the third conditional or the wish clause with the past perfect. Now, we got to get into practice. You've learned a lot today, but you have to practice. That's the number one thing. Honestly, it is not enough to just watch a video, maybe write a sentence or two, maybe just listen. It is not enough to just watch a video. You have to do the work. You guys have to practice. You have to use this new language, and you have to use it, okay? You have to use it. So practice makes perfect. What I want you to do today is write down 5 things that you regret. They don't have to be very deep and heavy regrets. Write down 5 things you regret. I wish I had gone to bed earlier last night. I wish I had studied English harder in high school. Write down 5 regrets, okay? And then in the comments of this video, I want you to write some third conditional sentences expressing those regrets. So again, if you want to improve your language, you have to practice. So in the comments of this video, write down your sentence examples using the third conditional to express your regrets. So one more time, the task is write down 5 regrets, and then you want to write sentences using the third conditional. Pay attention to your structure. The if clause has the past perfect. The result clause has would or could or might plus have plus the past participle. One more thing you can do is join more grammar training. All right. So as you know, if you watch me every week on my YouTube channel, I teach you a variety of things. Today is grammar. Last week, we talked about phrasal verbs. We've talked about pronunciation. Sometimes we talk about idioms. I teach everyday English skills. So grammar, vocabulary, phrasal verbs, pronunciation, all of that is equally important. However, if you want even more grammar training, if you know that grammar is important and you know that you need more grammar to better communicate and to effectively use English, then sign up for my grammar training, okay? So the grammar training link is in the description on Facebook, and I'm going to share it with you in the chat if you are watching live. So you can join the live training. You can join the live grammar training that's happening next week. It's similar to this style, okay? It's going to be on a live video, but we're going to be talking specifically and only about grammar, including the conditionals. We'll talk a little bit about what grammar is, why it's important, why you need it, some of the most important grammar points, and we're going to talk about how you can learn as well. So if you want to join that live training, it's going to be at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/grammar, GRAMMAR -training, TRAINING. okay? The link is in the description of this video. It's in the comments of this video, the description of Facebook video, all right? So there's plenty of ways that you can find it if you missed me saying it. Again, this link is to sign up for the grammar training happening next week to help you better communicate in English. Ali, I saw that you joined Phrasal Verb Conversation Club. I am so excited to have you. Phrasal Verb Conversation Club is open only for the students on my newsletter list and only for my students watching live. I have not shared it with anybody else. The Phrasal Verb Conversation Club is the place to be to communicate, practice conversation, improve your phrasal verbs. So if you want to know more, then check your email or send me a private message. Ali, I'm happy to have you in there. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. So you are able to find this video, find the lesson notes, and review this even more on my learning blog on Tuesday. Saturday, I do a live lesson, engage with the comments. Every Tuesday, it goes onto my blog and helps you with more lesson notes for you to follow. Head over to EnglishOutsideTheBox.com for everything you need to connect with me more and to learn with me even more. Remember, on the website, you can review lessons. You can sign up for my resource library. You can learn more about the grammar training. You can sign up for Phrasal Verb Conversation Club. You can send me a message to say hello. There's a lot of ways that you can connect with me. Don't forget to use your English, everybody, today. Learn it, use it, and connect with it. You have to use it, all right? I wish you a great weekend. It's a holiday for some of you. Enjoy your holiday weekend. Enjoy English, and happy studying. Bye-bye.